What's up YouTube, it's your girl Reese, and in keeping with the theme of my last video, I'm here to give you a couple more ideas about how you can improve your style. Now wait a minute, hold up. Speaking of that last video, what's up with that view count? We got less than 60 views a week later. That's crazy. I was just trying to put y'all onto some small black owned brands that had some fire pieces, but hey, look, if you want to look like the last Fashion Nova, Boohoo, Shein model, be my guest. Now when I start putting my fists together, I don't want to hear nothing about, hey Reese, where you get that from? Because I'm going to tell you.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
But anyways, since I did like showcasing a new brand, I'm going to continue with that video series because it's my channel and I can do what I want. Now let's get into the topic of this video. Now I hope y'all listen to me this time because I'm trying to give y'all some free game. Sock game, that is. Now you may be thinking, Reese, what the heck is sock game? Sock game is something me and my brother came up with a long time ago because we like to match our shoes with our socks. Wearing the proper socks lets people know that you put thought and effort into the total construction of your fit. I don't know about y'all, but I can't stand when people call themselves putting a fit together on social media and they throw on those dirty, dingy socks. Even though they might be clean, they look nasty because you can never make white socks truly white again. Or you have those black socks that fade in the washer and dryer. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all throw on those socks into a pair of dope shoes. It just completely destroys the outfit in my personal opinion. But here's a more practical explanation for why elevating your kicks with this subtle touch is a way to flex your personal style. A lot of people think that simply cleaning the outside of the shoe makes the shoes look new again, and that is completely untrue. Every sneaker has something called a sock liner. The sock liner is the cushion and fabric on the inside of the shoe that covers the ankle and heel of your foot. Sock liners can be made with a variety of different materials, including cotton, leather, and even suede. Cotton sock liners are oftentimes the hardest to keep clean because anything that gets on that sock liner stays on that sock liner. And that gives away the age of your shoes. Not taking care of your sneaker sock liner is a surefire way to make your shoes look busted and dusty. That's why it's important to make sure you're wearing the right socks with your shoes. For example, do you or someone you know always have those little lint balls in your shoe sock liner? Well, those lint balls are called pilling. Now what that means is the cotton from your socks and the sock liner rubs together as you wear your shoes, causing a friction. That friction pulls tiny pieces of fibers from the cotton and creates those little lint balls. And those lint balls make your sneakers look like trash. Now here's how you can avoid fabric pilling in your kicks. Invest in your sock game. Here's how. Number one, you want to figure out what kind of socks you prefer. Number two, decide which sock length works for your shoe type. Now this can vary depending on if you wear sneakers, boots, or a different type of casual shoe. Number three, learn how to find the perfect color match for your shoes. Quantity over quality is key here. Here's a couple examples of the different types of socks that you can purchase. Athletic socks are made by sports retailers such as Nike, Jordan Brand, Adidas, or Under Armour. These socks often feature some form of elasticity that allows for compression so your socks don't fall and bunch up in your shoes, which is great if you play sports. But if you don't play sports, these brands also have basic sock options, which are very cheap. Unfortunately, they don't last very long, in my opinion. However, they have started to add a variety of color options instead of the regular black or white pairs. Additionally, athletic socks can be pretty expensive as they cost between $15 to $30 for a pack of 3. To put that in perspective for you, that is $5 to $10 for a pair. Another option are premium brand socks. Premium brand socks like Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, or Calvin Klein can also be a good option for those of you who prefer subtlety but don't mind adding a splash of color. Now, these socks can range from $16 a pair to over $50 a pair, depending on the materials that the sock is made with. These premium brands tend to offer elevated materials such as merino wool to complement their luxury clothing options. But don't worry, if you're not looking to spend that much money, you can find those same options at cheaper stores like DTLR or Marshall's or even Macy's. The only thing I'd warn you of is that they tend to try and swindle you if you're not paying attention. What I mean by that is a lot of times Tommy Hilfiger and Ralph Lauren, they'll put like very graphic and colorful socks on the front of their packaging, and you'll pick them up thinking the entire pack of 5 to 6 pairs of socks are featuring that same color blocking, and then you'll look at them and realize that only the first 2 feature that color blocking and the rest of the socks are just a plain solid color. So you're spending more money, but you're getting the same thing as if you went to whatever store and just got a pack of plain white or black socks. Now, graphic socks are my personal favorite because not only do they add a pop of color to match my fit, but they're also conversation starters. I can't tell y'all how many times I've been out and about minding my business and a stranger who has no knowledge of streetwear or sneakers will come up to me because they have seen my socks and they recognize the character on them, and they'll start a whole conversation about that character, the TV show or the movie that character comes from. If you're an introvert, it's actually a fun way to connect and get to know people that you wouldn't have otherwise met. Not to mention, those kind of socks can also be an extension of your personality because they detail what you're interested in without you actually having to say it. For me, they actually give me a sense of nostalgia because they represent a TV show or movie that I used to watch as a kid. Now, you can find graphic socks in a number of places, but my favorite places to shop are Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and even Dollar Tree. Yeah, you heard that right. I said Dollar Tree. And to prove I'm not lying to you, let's check out my recent sock pickups. Alright, so while I'm showing y'all my recent sock pickups, I'll also be talking about where I got them from, how much they cost, and what are the different sock lengths that you could get to go with your kicks. Alright y'all, the first sock that I'm going to be showing y'all is the ankle sock. These are called ankle socks because the top of the sock stops beneath your ankle bone, okay? These types of socks are best worn with low top sneakers. Now, this is a pack of 9 pairs of socks. This is their Disney pack. It features Winnie the Pooh and the characters from there. And this is their St. Patrick's Day theme. I got these after St. Patrick's Day actually, so they were on clearance for $5.50. However, the normal retail price for these at TJ Maxx is $6.99. You cannot go wrong with this. The best way to find the perfect color match for your sneakers or for your shoe wear is to make sure that you are just purchasing quantity. At this point in time, I probably don't have much where I need this type of lucky green color, but in the future, who knows, there might be some sneakers or some shoes that come out that I really like that feature this colorway, and then these will come in handy. Next up, we're going to be looking at the mid-length sock. This is called a mid-length sock because it goes over the ankle. I got these at TJ Maxx as well. They were also $5.50. This is their Lucky Charms and St. Patrick's Day collaboration. I usually don't buy food-related socks. I prefer the characters that are featured in TV shows and movies. But in this particular case, I just really like the colors. And I also like that they came in a mid-top version instead of the ankle socks or the crew socks. I don't have very many mid-top socks that I can wear outside of my Ralph Lauren or my Tommy Hilfiger socks. Next up, we have this pack of 6 crew sock. The crew sock goes almost like a third of the way up your shin, and these were $7.99 for the pack of 6. So that's just a little bit over $1 per pair, which is also a great buy. Lastly, my pickup from TJ Maxx was also another 6-pack of crew socks. This time it features Nickelodeon's Garfield, also for $7.99 a pack. So again, like I said, you can invest in your sock game without breaking your bank. And lastly, you can also find socks at Dollar Tree. And if you don't believe me, believe me, I have found so many pairs of socks at the Dollar Tree in the last year and a half. So every time I go to Dollar Tree, I make sure that I go down the aisle that has these socks. And I have gotten every single sock that you can think of. Here's Batman. Here's Ninja Turtles. South Park. Shrek, Princess Tiana. That's how many Dollar Tree socks we done got. They're $1.25 a pair. Now, I must admit, I may have developed a bit of a sock addiction. I don't know what that's about. I just really like different color socks that feature characters. It just adds to my outfit. Like when I'm putting a fit together, you guys, and I figure out what type of shoes I want to wear, the next biggest decision for me is what socks am I putting on? I have tons and tons and tons and tons of socks. So I think what I want to do when I have some time is just to reorganize my sock collection by color, so that way it's easier for me to find what I'm looking for. But at this point, I think I have just about every color there is in the rainbow, including the rainbow. Having said that, Enjoy this montage of shoes and socks that I've paired together to give you an example of how you can elevate your style with Sock Gang. My bad for the no background music. YouTube been striking my vids as copyright and I can't have that. Y'all digging these Doc Martin 1461s? Let me know if y'all want more of these business casual shoes. But yo, tell me what y'all thinking about the sock game. Does it elevate your kick game or not? Yay or nay? In my personal opinion, it definitely adds to the wardrobe because yo, look at this lavender, this purple. It just accentuates the shoes. I mean, come on now. You got SpongeBob peeking at you from above the Jordan snakeskin lows. Like you that's just something that adds character to your sneakers. But y'all tell me what you feeling, what you thinking. I really couldn't find nothing to go with these J Balvin joints, but this is as close as I was able to get. That's why I tell y'all quantity over quality, because sometimes you might not have the exact color, but you can get close to it. Not like this right here. This is spot on. Yo, these Cookie Monster joints. Oh yeah, that's flavor. That's flavor for real. This is actually my first pair of Nike SB Dunks. I didn't used to purchase Dunks because I'm an Air Force One fan myself, but the Dunks, the SB versions, they're pretty comfortable. So I gotta add more to my collection. So far, I got 4 of them, and they're all SBs. These right here, Jordan 11 lows. I haven't purchased a lot of 11 lows recently, but I might re-up for the summer. Yo, these, y'all slept on these. I don't know what your deal was, but you see Winnie the Pooh looking at you all angry and whatnot because you slept on these. You know what I'm saying? Adding some character to look at the Winnie was scoping out the kicks. Look at the scream mask. He's shocked that I got on the white Thunders, bro. He's shocked. Look at him. He's gasping. I'm just playing. Tell me what you think. Thank y'all so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. All right, YouTube, we out. Soft to the touch, let you hold something, let you get a handful, baby. She's a whole lot of woman. Soft kisses on some fat lips.